Hello, welcome. Today we're going to make soft butter dinner rolls. These are my mom's favorite rolls. I'm going to take you through kind of a traditional way of making bread. I usually choose like an easier way, but we're going to do the traditional way today. Okay, so first what you want to do is on your stovetop on low, you want to scald a cup of butter and 2 cups of milk. And you also want to proof your yeast, and you want to make sure it starts bubbling and looking all nice, and that's how you know your yeast is still good. So this is 3 tablespoons of yeast, a tablespoon of sugar, and a cup of lukewarm water. After you make sure that this is nice and cool, because you don't want to introduce too much heat to your yeast or else it's going to make your rolls taste really yeasty. So you do want to make sure that's cool. We're going to take 6 eggs and we're going to whisk them into the yeast mixture. We're going to make sure that they're all nice and blended, and then we're going to add our mixture of the milk and the butter. You can see, I think the reason why you're supposed to scald milk is there's solids in there that you don't want in your rolls, and it gives a lovely flavor. And then we have here a cup and a half of sugar. So you know these rolls are going to be good. And then we have a tablespoon of salt. And then we're going to add in 10 cups of flour. Oh my gosh. Okay, my little boy is home. So we're going to mix this up with our dough hook, and this one is a no-knead recipe. So even though it has extra steps at the beginning, you don't really need to knead it. But I'm going to put it on the mixer just to get it mixed up, and as soon as the dough looks all beautiful, then we are going to roll it out. Well, okay, do you mix it? It needs to rise for 1 hour, and then you're gonna roll it out. So we're gonna pretend like this is mixed and that it's risen for 1 hour, and I'll show you how we do our rolling out. And this is kind of the traditional way of rolling out things, putting flour on your counter or your hard surface, and I'm gonna put out our dough. And you can kind of press it out, put a little flour on top, press it out. You can use a rolling pin if you want. I'm gonna roll this out. So it's about a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch, however thick you think you're gonna want these. We're gonna use a cup to press to make our circles with, but if you have a round cookie cutter, that's something you definitely could use. So we're just going to take our cup and make our little circles close together as you can. Every time you roll out the dough with flour, it's going to make it a little stiffer. So this is a very tender, light and flaky roll, and perfect for guests. And I'll show you the technique for putting them on your jelly roll pan. Just lots of butter, okay? So you put butter in the middle, fold it over, butter on the top, and you're going to stack them up so that they're maybe 3 across, and then you can have them touching in the rows, like the long rows, if you want. So that's pretty much the technique that you're going to do, and then you're going to let these rise for another hour or hour and a half. Just want them to be double. You want them to be nice and beautiful and big, and they'll just improve the taste if they've made a complete double rise. So we're gonna pretend like we filled this all up, and I usually just put it in my oven and set the timer for an hour and a half and let it rise, and then I'm gonna bake them. And they're fast to bake. They just bake at 350 degrees for 15 minutes till they're nice and golden and brown. And then when they come out of the oven, on the sheet, you're going to want to put more butter on them. And then, light and flaky and delicious. Perfect for your guests. Thank you for joining.